How we going? I'd just like to talk about what a fighter looks like, or a warrior, and that we all grow up thinking, you know, that they're lean, muscular, tall, you know, men. Well, I found, you know, out long ago, watching my grandfather and people around me and that, now I'm a bit older looking back, and how they fought their demons, you know, the things they saw, that I might add, that are brought on or put upon us by society or people in our lives, just shun things onto us without thinking. But for those people who are suffering, and you get those people that come through your life, they start off, you know, they show that they care and stuff like that, and they understand. And you know, something just, and you know what I'm talking about, those people. Something inside you just goes, oh, you know, or they're coming on too strong, you know, whatever, you just go, oh, I've got a bad feeling, I've got a bad feeling, you know. Well, you know what? Even though you might be battling something, your instincts are very sharp, even sharper. And what you should do when it comes to a head or something happens with these people, well, you just want to, you know, put it to them, you know, how they really care. Ask them, have you ever fought for your life? And you know, most people, they won't really think about the question. They'll answer, yeah, I've fought hard. Have you? Have you really? What have you fought for? Hey? What have you fought for? Because what they don't know, that I know, and I know many other people out there know, is this. If you have thought about suicide, or you're lost, when it hits you, it might last for a minute, or it might last 20 hours. But you know what? That you know, and I know, no one knows that you're in for the fight of your life. And the only way they are going to know is when you lose. So you tell me, what does a warrior look like? What's a fighter look like? Because those very same people, they care about others. They don't want them to do or go through what they're going through or what they've been through. So if you get one of these people, or just in general, just a reminder to your partner or your friend or whatever, when they start to take things for advantage, or they're complacent, or they're just making you feel like you're not really appreciated, have them watch this video. But before you do, ask them, Have you been into the fight of your life? I'm still here. And I fight. God, I fight. There's a lot of things I want to say that I don't want to say them because of ridicule, or I might sound like I'm whinging when I'm not. I'm just here for those people who understand me and I understand them. If you're here, you're a fighter. And to a warning to all those people out there who think they've been in for a fight of their life, think again. Because this is what it looks like. And it sounds like this. To you. But to us, it's fire and brimstone. There's banging, there's crashing. Right? There's turbulence, there's ups and downs. There's screaming, blood-curdling screams. Right? And you don't know. What I'm trying to do is this. I'm trying to have the normal person who might be a little bit selfish just take a little bit of time and pause for a minute, right? And look at others, right? And just try and see just a little bit, because that little bit, that might be all you need to see to stop the fight. And save someone. What gets me is this. Us sufferers, right? Some of us have taken on drugs or alcohol, some sort of addiction. It amazes me how we hit a bump in the road like any other normal person does, right? And we might even upset people. Just because we're going through something doesn't mean we're abolished from, being told off. No, I'm not saying that at all. But obviously the people around us know what we've gone through and what we're going through. And even though they might be upset with us, it amazes me, They throw that in your face. They say, oh, get off the gear. Get off the piss. Look, it's nothing. Well, it might be nothing to them. But how about this? Why don't you turn around to them if they say that and say, you know what, smart ass? Get up and walk into an AA meeting. And say that. See what happens. Why would you say that? I mean, that's like telling someone who's just lost their leg and their arm, to get up and get on with it. Go kick a ball. I mean, are you that heartless? And that's trigger sign. There's signs to also look at, people around you. If they do say stuff like that, depending on who they are, you might want to just move on, because there's always going to be conflict there. I like to compete with myself. I like to achieve things myself. Yes, I won Mr. Victoria in a bodybuilding competition. I didn't go to the gym to do bodybuilding. I went to the gym to contain a beast that was inside of me. that wasn't trying to hurt me. It was, you know, just to get some patience. And in the gym, if you do it all right, you learn patience. You use the weights. You get an even flow. Have patience. Don't be jerky. Right? Pick up what you can pick up. Right? Right? And add a little bit more. Right? And keep your patience about you. Keep your thoughts. Right? That keeps it inside. So when you come across people who upset you or try and get under your skin, they can't. You've already done it. Right? And there's a lot of us walking around out there with two demons. One has got no time, absolutely no time, for people who like to ride on the back of others, ridicule people, talk badly, and belittle people. That beast wants to squash them. And then there's another one that might come along. I must say, looking back, it's been there. Riding motorbikes, you put it out there. Not all, but some. I raced, and from my own mouth, I would say I'm quite a good rider. Right? Others may say, I've got no idea because I overtake on the left. Right? Others may say, yeah, fast, knows what he's doing. Right? Me, I ride my own ride and I can know what I'm doing at all times, regardless of what people say or try and say I was doing. Right? But when I get out there, I push. And it's almost like I am trying to crash, but I'm going to fight the crash all the way, and I just don't crash. You look at the champions, and I can tell you now, as I've won a trophy, and I was Mr. Victoria, and I went out there, and I didn't enter that bodybuilding contest to win. I didn't go out there to go up against others. I went out there because I thought I looked good. Good enough to be on stage. I was already a winner. You are already a winner walking out on stage. That's a big thing in any arena, whatever you're doing. Remember that. Right? But then when they said number 7, oh, I didn't even know it was me. They had to say it 3 times. That feeling of I've been recognised and they've seen my effort, my due diligence, my, heart and my soul and my fight. They've seen more than just the outside. And that feeling of being recognised and seen and awarded, that I'm a big believer that everyone should feel that. That feeling was unbelievable. Unbelievable. And you know what? in sports where it's pretty much solo, no one can take that away from you. It's all you. All you. Right? But I'm glad that I had a little bit of a rough and tumbly upbringing, because the ones that haven't, unfortunately, they probably have to fight even harder. And they've never had to fight for anything. So give a thought for those people as well. But for all of those people out there who want to know or try to understand what it's like to deal with any depression, mental health, things like that, and things aren't going right, and you know this person, and you're not checking yourself. You see, I don't understand why people don't check themselves. Anyone I come in contact with, I like to leave an impression on them. Good one or a bad one, I really don't care, as long as there's some sort of an impression, some sort of change, right? But mostly, I really want to leave that person in a happier state of mind, or that place in a better place, or that, that's a bit cleaner. Wherever I've been is a bit better. That's what I want to do, and I try to do that. Going to the service station, being served, see that the person behind the counter's having a bit of a drag of a day, Hey, thanks mate, have a good one. Have a chat, how you going, how's your day been? Just stop for a second. It's not hard. People make out it's hard. It's not hard. Right? But suicide. See, I know, like many others know, when it first hit, that was a fight. That was a fight. Not a real fight, bit of a shock, stumbly, not real focused, grabbing, pulling, everything like that type of fight. Because you're like, right? It's the next one that comes. And this time it wants to take you. Because the second time round, you've given it more thought. So it comes in stronger. And they're fights. And every time you think about it, it comes in stronger and stronger, because you're thinking about it. And the fight is longer, harder, more vicious, more brutal, and everything. And no one knows. No one knows. And the only way they'll know that there was a fight is when you're not here anymore. While we're walking around, they don't see the fight, because we're here. Sit them down, watch this video. It might enlighten them, eh? Does it ever go away? Nah. Can it be made better? Yeah. Who by? By the people you least expect, but not by the ones you want or you'd expect. And that's one that you have to get over to. If you are lucky enough to have people in your life and they are the ones helping you, be very thankful, because a lot of people don't. A lot of us get our support from other people who are suffering. That's why we don't talk a lot, because we don't wish to have our friends who are suffering worrying about us. We'd like for you people who say and do, you do, but you're not really showing or putting in. And one thing when someone's depressed or anything like that is they do stand back and they do take everything in and see everything that everyone is doing and everyone is not doing. Remember that. I've always said, check yourself, because others are. Admit to yourself what you are, what you've done, what you'd like to change. Bringing people down, talking badly of people, that's not healthy. And that environment, if you're in an environment like that, get out of it. It's not good. Regardless, whoever it is, tell them straight out, don't like it, don't need to be around it. I'd rather be on a mountain on my own than listen to that, because that does no one any good. Hearing for no reason. If you're feeling a bit unappreciated, say, but if that's happening, it's already telling you time to move on. This one wasn't good. Years ago I wouldn't have given up. Like to prove yourself, your worthiness and everything else like that. Mate. If I'd known now what I do now, I would have walked past a lot of people that weren't worth my time when I was younger. They were just a waste. It stopped me. They prevented me from, kicking real goals, getting some real achievements, real marks on the board. But we live and learn. But there's those people who come into your life that want to just throw you off axis and that. And I don't like that. I've been thrown off axis, like many others have. Oh yeah, it's easy to say, your life is in your control and everything else, you make a difference. I had a load of shit. Alright? If you don't have good support, it's very hard. I see no problem in offering advice, lending a hand, even helping someone or showing them how to do it. I did that when I was in the gym. I did that especially in crowd control. When you get the young, first timers, not young, but just someone first time in the job, can be very nervous, very anxious, and daunting. You're there to control a crowd. How do you do it? Some do it with violence. Some do it with, ego. Some do it with kindness. Some do it as, yeah, bro, not really taking it on. Me, I took it on like this. You know what you did? This is what you got to do. I'd spell it out. And believe you me, everyone knew I saw it. Don't ever think I didn't see it. Head on. With tact. Until you run out of tacts. No bullshit in a job where bullshit can be called out. Because you're going to get hurt. So don't bullshit. People called me a lot of things in the job. I was in the job for a long time. I worked at a lot of pubs. When I say a lot, I worked at a lot of pubs for a very long time at each hotel. When you hear of people getting moved around all the time, regardless whether they're in security or anything, you got to stand back and go, why are they getting moved around a lot? But it amazes me too, You give someone a hand, lend them an ear, a shoulder to cry on. And you think you get the same in return. Don't expect it. Don't think it's going to happen. When no, they forget. Some people forget. We've got to be strong. You've already gone through the fight. You're here. No one heard it. I did. Many others did. Remember that. People do know what the face of a warrior looks like. Go get a pie.